welcome. So this is Jill from Jill Ortiz Fitness, and I have my client Lisa here, and I'm so excited. I am very privileged to have the most amazing clients in my Empowered Fitness Mastery program who are always willing and happy to do a client interview and answer my questions and let you know how things are going in this program. And I appreciate that so much because I just think it is the best testimony to try to show what the program's about and to have you have an opportunity to know if it's a good fit for you. I think listening to the other women who are in the program is really the best way to figure out if it's right for you as well. So, Lisa, I'm so glad that we have you here today. And I'm going to ask you a little bit about if you want to introduce yourself in a second, but Lisa started the program back on April 3rd. So we are not even yet 3 months in, but we've already decided that we're absolutely moving forward. Once her first 3 months are done, we're going to keep going through this. And we see that a lot. I do require a 3-month minimum in the Empowered Fitness Mastery Coaching Program. The program's meant for women over 40 who are looking to make really great changes, build energy, confidence, and strength, and have been struggling with what to do, what's going to work, why am I not seeing changes when I'm a healthy person and I'm trying my best. And so I'm excited because usually what we see is that people tend to continue on somewhere between 6 and 18 months is what I see for the lifespan in the program. But I do see within even 3 months, a massive change, incredible growth. And that's what I've seen from Lisa. So we're going to talk about that today. So Lisa, just tell us a little bit about yourself and what was life like before you met me?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, thanks for having me. So I don't know, I've been thinking about these questions, and I would have to say, probably for the last 20 or so years, I've been on a roller coaster of losing weight, gaining it back, probably gaining a little bit more each time, losing the same 30 pounds, gaining a little bit more back each time. And it just seems like, okay, I've lost some weight and I should be able to be good and go. But the weight always just kept coming back. And it's been a frustrating, couple decades. So it's just, just something I knew wasn't how I wanted to live, but I wasn't sure what to really do to make it stick, to make it a lifelong, um, healthy lifestyle change. I just didn't have maybe the tools at the time. I had them, in short spurts, but nothing that, sustained over the long haul. So that has been a huge frustration. And it probably brought me to where I am today. So I am over 40, I'm over 50, I'm almost 60. And so, I've got some bad knees, and I always thought, oh, there's only so many things I can do with my bad knees because, even when I wake up in the morning, they might hurt. So it's like, okay, I have to be extra easy on them, and I'm not sure what to do. For impact, I did one that was pretty high impact, maybe 10 years ago, and that was fine. But that wasn't going to be the case anymore for me. So I needed to find something that was going to fit me, my body, my capabilities, my, things I could or couldn't do. So
So
I'm
what would
happy.
you say were your primary goals coming into the program?
Well, first and foremost, always wanting to see the scale go down, wanting to be healthier. And again, like you had mentioned before, I thought I was eating healthy, but I wasn't able to drop weight. I just wanted to be physically and feeling good about my body. I was tired of buying, clothes when I lost the weight, and then I had to like give them to Goodwill or to sell them on a rummage sale, and then have to rebuy clothes again. It was just I hated it, and I'm just like, okay, I can't do that anymore. It was just something I didn't want to stop. I just wanted to be healthy. I knew I was going to be getting close to retiring, and I want to be able to do things. I don't want to be restricted by my weight or how I feel, things like that.
Yeah, we talk a lot about that a lot. I think that word longevity has come up a lot more in my talking about the program as I've, been feeling the changes myself as I see my mother changing and aging and, really wanting to fight that change and how important it is, similar to a 401k, that we're putting in the work throughout. And it doesn't take moving mountains. It takes consistency of doing the right things to build what we're not able to see now, but we know we're going to need later. And but also seeing the changes now is incredible. So it sounds like the struggle was maybe knowing what to do with certain limitations with regards to your knees, with regards to the changes as we age, what's going to work now. What had you tried before? Had you followed any kind of nutrition program or done anything, with exercise that was structured?
Yeah, I did, like an online program where they just send you some videos to do, and then, maybe watch what you eat, eat healthier. And I thought I was doing that, but I wasn't seeing the results. And I guess I maybe felt trapped to, oh, you only have to work out for 10 minutes and you'll be fine and this will work. And, I saw other people doing it and testimonials. I'm like, okay, that wasn't happening for me. So I thought I was eating healthy. I was trying to make better choices. But again, just not seeing the results.
Did you have any fears or reservations coming into this program when you and I first talked?
I guess just the fear of, okay, am I going to end up back in that roller coaster? Am I going to get to low and then am I going to go back up? Um, but I had to, try it. I knew it was to the point of, I don't want to do this anymore. Hopefully this is the one time that will give me the tools that I'm going to need when I am done working with you one-on-one, and to feel confident that I can, continue the progress that I've made. And then once I get to where I think I want to be, maintaining that and like have that longevity of not, feeling like, okay, I'm going to be back on this roller coaster and
Yeah.
making lifelong
Now,
choices.
I know that when people get into my program, that it's easy to see that it works and that they can build their confidence there and they're like, "Oh my God, like I'm getting results, so this is amazing." But for me, I have to somehow help people see that before they join so that they will join because I am battling against past fears and past experiences.
Yeah.
And so trying to instill confidence, my confidence in what I can see for somebody after talking to them. And I only invite people into the program who I feel are going to be a good fit. If not, then I'll offer you some small tools that you can do on your own if I don't think we would work well together. But in talking to people on those calls, I have to really instill that confidence. Do you feel that there was something in our call that did help you overcome that fear that made you say, yeah, this is the program for me?
Yeah, I think it's your approach to, meeting me where I'm at right now to start. I was a teacher for a long time. That's what I did. And it made sense. And then your gentle challenges and your gentle pushing of at least try this, and especially in the workouts, it's like, try to up your weights. And if it's too much, go back, but at least try it one or two times. And if you don't try, you'll never know. And I found that at first I was like, no, I'm going to be doing this at this level for a little while. But then I'm like, nope, I'm going to give it a try. And then I found out that I could level up my weights and it was working. And I, proud of myself for being able to do that, so I think it's just that nothing has to be perfect. Everything's, a slow progression, and to keep it going that way was always helpful. I didn't feel like, okay, with my food tracking, if I missed a day or if I didn't get, all my containers, it wasn't the end of the world. I didn't have to be perfect at it, because if I had to be perfect at it, it wouldn't be successful either. So but just the guidance along the way of, this is where you're at and this is what you at least want to try, and if you can, great, and if you don't, you're still where you're at, but the next time, because you're going to keep building strength and it's going to get better and it's going to get easier and you're going to be able to level up on weights. So I think it's just that, um, it is that building of confidence of, it doesn't have to be right where I'm at, but you are going to keep getting better each time.
Yeah, and I've seen that from you. I mean, I love that you're active in our community, that you share, that you shared more and more. And, we can see the change or really hear it in your posting and the pride that you bring when you finished a workout and really pushed hard. And you can tell that the workouts have gotten harder and that they're pushing you more. And oftentimes it's not that the workouts get harder, it's that you start to push yourself more. And
Yeah.
that's something that, I mean, I am a pusher in life. I push everybody around me to be their best self and to level up because I see more in people than they generally see in themselves. And I have a lot of confidence in people, and I like to see that growth and that empowerment that you can find when you do push a little bit past your limits. So I've always done that in my exercise classes for sure, but I do have to balance that out so that I'm not just a scary person with the kindness and the love and the compassion and trying to make sure that you understand that, any little blip along the way is really has to be seen as a learning experience and a place where you have room for improvement. If we were all perfect and had no room for improvement, we'd have no reason to level up. And so I too am the poster child for making mistakes and then using them to get better and improve and push myself a little bit more. So I do love that. And I think that it's important too that when I choose those people who are able to come into the program, that I feel like they'd be coachable and that they'd, want to push themselves and level up. So I'd love to hear a little bit about how life is feeling different now, what results you've gotten. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I've lost weight, but more, what I've really noticed is inches lost, which is also huge. Clothes are feeling better. I'm feeling like I'm making better healthy choices, and it's being recognized in my results. I'm kind of changing the way that people eat in my family as well. And so my husband the other day, he's just like, "Oh, but you can't do that," and or you shouldn't, or whatever. We shouldn't go here or whatever. I'm like, "No, I can do this because I can make these choices." So slowly. Bringing somebody along on the ride, which is also going to be a good thing. So, just feeling good about the choices I'm making, and that I know I can continue to make them all the time, no matter where I'm at, not just at home. If I'm out with friends or if we're at gathering or something like that. So, that's been really helpful. Um,
It's incredible. That's a really, really big win is not having fear of disrupting the patterns and
yeah.
not having as much control because we're never going to have control in our lives. Face it, everything is going to be, so unexpected that comes up. And our ability to adjust and to make good choices most of the time is what gets
Mhm.
us to our goals. And I agree, it's such an easier journey when our family is on board. But I always feel like you can't force anybody to believe in what you're doing. You can only do for you, set the example, and rub off on people until you really see that they're changing as well. And sometimes it's for fear of being left behind. And if you're going to make all these amazing changes, they don't want to be left behind. But
Yeah.
I think too, they see that it is a better life. It feels so much better to eat cleaner. We see that in our family. Our son loves the Chinese buffet, and my husband and I cringe when that's where he wants to go because we're like, we're not getting our money's worth because we're not going to be doing all you can eat, but we've learned and we've had to practice when we go how are we going to handle this, and you can't just not go. And so it is a really great life skill to be working on. And honestly, it's only been a couple months for you, and this is a long-term journey, and you just keep getting better at it and learning and getting closer. And I mean, we've seen the scale for you just go down, just, no little plateaus, nothing's coming back up. You just continue to go down. And it's not for these massive changes, but for small changes done consistently that are enjoyable and sustainable. And that's the
Yeah.
importance of finding a program that you believe in and that you find to be doable with your lifestyle and enjoyable, because you don't want to feel like this is something that has an end point, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 3 weeks, 21 days, whatever it is, 30 days, and then you cut and you go back to everything that you knew before. I'm trying to teach you tools that you'll carry forth and that you'll instinctively feel more inclined to make the better decisions most of the time. Well, never all of the time, but will lead you to where you want to be. So that's great that this is having that impact on your life, not just your own physical being. Anything else that you're feeling you're seeing with regards to changes in your life or how you feel?
Yeah, just some of the other things that you have me focusing on, sleep and water intake, and just kind of tracking those. And it seems like, oh, that seems like a lot to do, but it doesn't take any time at all. But it's interesting to see, like, okay, after I did this, screens off or something, how I feel and how, I know I should be drinking water, but not when I write it down, then I do it. And it's just, okay, that seems like just like a duh. I should be able to figure that out. But it's just like now it's part of the program, it's part of what I do. And it's just like, okay, I can tell now when I don't have enough water. I'm like, I got to get water, So it's just the little habits along the way, like you said, of consistently making good choices that I'm going to continue to do.
Amazing. And so you mentioned a couple times, like you thought you were eating health, you thought you were eating the right things. What are the big things that you've learned with regards to nutrition that are actually making this big change for you?
Yeah. And I think, again, something that I thought I knew was just maybe portion control and like how much I really just need to eat or what I don't need to eat. It seems like I have to eat a lot of food with the program that I'm working with right now, but it's good food, and I'm making choices different at the grocery store. And then just keeping track of it. Sometimes it's easy just to put things on your plate without really thinking for that little bit of a second, like, okay, is that the size, the portion that I want? Where before I would just be like, okay, I'll put it on my plate and not think about it. It's healthy food, but did I really need, all those things? And then just making healthier choices within the food, list things that we have available to us. So just making conscious, more healthy choices overall.
Right. And so what do you foresee in the future? What do you look forward to? What's been the most exciting thing about the program that you're excited to see more of in the future?
I'm just excited to see where I'm going to be able to push myself. I started out with a couple weights and I found myself going to the store and buying more weights. I love weightlifting. Today was a perfect example of my program that I was doing where I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have went this heavy. But then it was just like, nope, the second round, it's going to get easier. And it did. And I don't know why, but you were right. Like she just said that and it exactly came true. To just keep on this healthy lifestyle. And I think, again, like I said before, kind of pulling people along in my family to see that, okay, I like this, maybe you will too. And if you don't, you don't, but I'm going to keep doing it. So I keep seeing these healthy choices as more of a habit from now going on. I can't say I'm totally 100% afraid, not afraid of the roller coaster, but I'm less. I feel much better than I have in the past.
Yeah. Now I know you have stretches where you don't see your daughter because she's at school. Has she said
Yeah.
anything or noticed, or what is her
Yeah.
take
She's like, what's with all the vegetables? Not that we didn't eat them before, but I'm giving her variety. And she's just like, yeah, I can tell, um, you've been doing something. So, so yeah,
Great.
I haven't seen her since I started. So she did notice. So that was nice.
That's great. Anything else to add about the program, or what advice might you give to somebody who's thinking about joining?
Yeah. I think it's a big undertaking at first that you think about, okay, is this going to be worth my time? Is it going to be worth the effort that I'm going to put in? And so far, I'd have to say yes. And just the support along the way, like you had mentioned, the Facebook group page. It's nice to check in. It's nice to see where other people are at. To see, what workouts they liked, and oh, watch out for this one. You're going to be doing some things different that you're not used to, and but it's good. So that support is really helpful as well. And I think just the no judgment, no you are where you are along this journey, and I just want to help you, make progress and see that progress, which I feel every time I get up every day earlier than I have to. I'm, like I said, I'm a teacher in the summer. I was up, this morning at 4:45 doing my workout. I don't mind doing it. That's the best time for me. Everybody's, out of the way, and I'm excited to do it. So, and I think I will be, obviously, for a long time.
Yeah.
And I would say do it. It's if you commit for even for the 3 months, and you're going to find that you want to continue, just because it is such a great change that you're going to see in yourself.
I'm very excited for you and what's to come. I mean, we've come so far. You've lost 12 pounds now in the last couple months, but I mean, the changes that are coming, because I still have so much to offer you and so much you haven't learned, that you haven't gone through. You've done so well with the portion control. We did our first cleanse just a couple weeks ago. You lost 6 pounds that week.
Yeah.
I've got 3 more of those, and I've got several more fitness programs for you to experience, including the one that I feel is the most transformational coming up in the future. And that's really exciting for me to know that there's so much that you still don't know, but are really excited to continue to take on these challenges. And you impress me, and I'm just so fortunate to have you. And it's a joy every time we get on the phone or on the Zooms and have our coaching calls. So I appreciate you being in the program. If I didn't have clients such as yourself, it wouldn't be such a joy for me to do my job. And so I appreciate you, and I appreciate you coming on and being open and letting others know who need to know, that that they're probably where you were at the beginning, and that there's so much growth to be had, and that you really can impress yourself when you get in it, when you have consistency, and when you have somebody who cares enough to want to help you through it. Because really, in this world, nobody cares about your fitness unless you are caring about it yourself, and maybe
Yeah.
you've hired somebody to help care with you. So your goals
Hmm.
are my goals, and I'm really just thankful that we're here and that we're able to chat about it. And wishing you so much greatness coming in the future.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the talk today, and thanks for the program.
Thank you, Lisa. We'll talk to you
All right.
soon.
Okay.